Hello, guys. It is Thursday evening for me. Uh, 5, 5:15 on the dot, I believe. I'm bringing up my desktop in case anyone shows up. Easier to read the comments, and we'll see. Sometimes people show up. Sometimes people don't show up. Life goes on either way. For some reason, my desktop is not showing me live. There we go. I got to watch my own ad um, in order to get it up. I gotta watch my own ad, and because it's my channel, don't even make a cent for it. You know what I was thinking? You can get, what is it, YouTube Premiere ad free. So you pay money to avoid watching ads, and yet content creators get paid for ads that are watched. It seems to me that a small portion of the money that YouTube makes for YouTube Premiere should go to content makers, because the reason why people are here to begin with is because of them. Just my thoughts. Our friend Timo is here. Optimob says hi, Eric. Optimob, how are you, my friend? I am determined to make this a short-ish, an hour long, maybe an hour and 15-minute live stream. I said that yesterday, and then we got some surprise appearances from people. It turned out to be a lot of fun, but it also turned out to be one of my later live streams. Optimob is fine. So you said earlier you had finished up your editing. So we have it's going to be a premiere on Sunday. Laradox is here. Laradox is back. Thank you for that, Timo. Here's the amazing thing about when you do the shorts to advertise your premiere, they're amazing in and of themselves. Even the preview is a work of art. Paradox says it gave some time. Paradox, I don't need an apology, my friend. Our friend Optimob, he doesn't need an apology, but he definitely deserves an apology. Him and Sabine, as mentioned before, they work extremely hard. Paradox does painstakingly work on his videos, on his specifically the premieres and the preview for the premiere. Optimus says, I wish you all a good night. It's 11:19 p.m. Have a good night, Timo. I appreciate you stopping by. Optimus says, take care, Eric. You too, Timo. Again, I appreciate you being here. So, again, it's going to take, don't take it the wrong way. It's just going to take time to earn that trust back for so many people. Not from me, but Laradox, if I were you for Optimob, I would simply say I'm sorry and then leave it alone. Don't do anything. Sometimes, when things have gone a little bit too far, it's best just to let things lie still. when you put your man, when you put your heart and soul into a project, and it is, you see it being ruined right before your eyes, it's a heartbreaking experience. So I understand where you're coming from. I understand your enthusiasm. I, appreciate the apology. Again, the apology's never to me. It's always to Timo or whoever else. Um, but yeah, at this point, probably the bridge has been crossed. I can't speak for Timo or Sabine, but probably the bridge has been crossed, and it's best just to um, stay away from the channel. That's just my thoughts. So Eric Lapointe is here. I was spending some time with Eric Lapointe and our friend William Downey, rocking away in the mountains, the White Mountains of Arizona. They border on to New Mexico. I think they might actually touch a little bit into Utah and Colorado, I think. Could be mistaken. I know the name of the White Mountains from having an interest in the Apache Indians. So there's several different branches of the Apaches. Not all of them lived in the desert. Some lived in the White Mountains, hence the name White Mountain Apaches. And in the White Mountains, there's actually an Apache reservation. When Milk and I were in Arizona a couple times, we wanted to drive up there. We never made it. We spent a lot of time in Flagstaff. We were actually in Sedona. And we loved Sedona, but we found ourselves drawn more towards the Flagstaff area, into the Painted Desert. We went to the Navajo Reservation quite a bit, Hopi Reservation. I wanted to head east and hit the White Mountains, but we never quite made it there. Arizona is a beautiful state. It has so much to offer. Of course, the Apaches were legendary warriors. Some of the, if not, I believe the very last tribe to surrender. They went into the Copper Canyons of, let's see, Eric Point says, burpees? Burpees. For who? For what? Oh, is he doing burpees now? What do you mean, Eric? Oh, Burpee Reaper. I didn't even see you. You snuck in like a burpee ninja. Man, that would be a great name for someone. The Burpee Ninja. Hey guys, I'm putting it out there. Whoever wants it, the Burpee Ninja. You can show up in the little ninja slippers and a sword. Oh, Eric White says, no, I just saw the eyes. Yeah, I didn't see the eyes. Our friend Squirrel Sniper is here. Greeting beautiful souls from across the pond, but under the same skies. Reaper says that sounds like a young dude's name. It does. The Burpee Ninja. No one hears him coming. He's just there. He visual in front of the camera, out of nowhere. Cuban Crisis is here. Says, peace everyone. Cuban, how are you? Laradox says, great stream. Thank you, Laradox. Laradox, your premiere had a great premiere. Very nice. Says, hey, Sir Yogi and beautiful people. Reaper says, young kids, they don't know how good they have it. That's true. Back in my day, we did burpees with cinder blocks on our hands. Uphill both ways. In a snowstorm. Mir says, guys, big thumbs up for Sir Yogi. Thank you for that. Mir says, hey to Burpee. Squirrel Sniper says, I've just broken my tooth. It's still attached, to the root. Man, that's gotta hurt. I'm sorry about that. I hope you can get a dental appointment soon. That could be painful. Next point says to Mir Med, hey brother. Mir says, hey Lordox, congrats for the 700. 700, it's quite an accomplishment. Well, Squirrel says the dog jumped up to greet me more than usual. I'd say so. I chipped a tooth about 2 or 3 weeks ago doing Navy SEAL burpees. I went down a little too fast. Mira says, Eric, hey brother. Reaper says, I got one ass whooping and I still remember it till this day. Sometimes it only takes one. He learned his lesson. Mira says, hey to Sniper. Mira says, guys, please visit my new upload. Is this the premiere or do you have a new one? I'm checking out Mir's site real quick. So it's the premiere, right? I will be happy to watch it again. It was very enjoyable. So Squirrel Sniper, are you going to be able to get it looked at? I remember my father snapping me once, which was a shock. That didn't so much hurt as shocked me to my core because my father was always such a soft-spoken, gentle person. So I realized how far I must have stepped out of line. Eric Point says he definitely will to Ahmed. Reaper says he's on it. Mira says, thank you for your kindness, guys. Absolutely. I shared your premiere out. Squirrel Sniper says, I have a feeling that I'll just pull it out myself before the weekend. Where's the tooth? Is it a back or front tooth? Ahmed says, thank you, sir. You're quite welcome. Eric Point says, I've done that, Squirrel Sniper. It was fun. I took out a part of my tooth. I'm missing a tooth way in the back. I was getting a root canal. And I was in between visits and I got hit by an elbow and it shattered and I had little shards coming out. And I just decided to go ahead and take the shards out. Never got it replaced. My dentist said, you'll probably be fine. And now, 40 years later, thereabouts, it's caused the misalignment of the jaw, which has caused arthritis, which a fair amount of pain. JC's here. Greeting, fine folks. I'm in bed. Not too many beers. Sorry, Louise. I will have a short of my. I was well short of my best tonight. You can always try to make it up tomorrow. Fresh start tomorrow. Exactly. Fresh start in the morning. Jacob's here, dropping some links. Jason's in bed now. Thank you, Jacob. Reaper says, Jace, it's all good, brother. Reaper says the legendary Jacob. Jacob getting in the road work today. Mir says, is thanking Jace for his kindness. Jace is a very, very kind soul. Timo went to bed. He was here for a few minutes and then he went to bed. All right. Any final guesses on the secret guest appearance? Burpee Reaper's Saturday 1K. I saw that Thomas suggested he thought it was going to be Unk. I'm guessing it's totally out of the box. Thinking it's going to be a woman. Someone we've never seen before. Here's my thought, and this is going to be heartbreaking for me. I don't know if I'll ever forgive Reaper. I don't know if I'll ever forgive Mocha. I think that Reaper has flown Mocha in for a congratulatory high five on getting 1K after he hits 1,000 reps. And Mocha agreed. Her one and only high five ever in her life. And she's given it to the Burpee Reaper after his 1K for his 1K subscribers. Heartbreaking. If anyone, I would suspect that from Eric Lapointe. I would not suspect that from my friend Burpee Reaper. That's my suspicions. Mocha's been awful quiet about it. She's Eric Lapointe says it's going to be Reaper standing in front of a mirror. Well, what could be a more special guest than Reaper himself? Double the Reaper. If you thought it was fun having one Reaper, wait until you have two. Wait until you have a mirror image of Reaper. Speaking of mirror image, did I ever tell you that Mocha's a mirror image twin? She has a twin sister. Looks, well, not to me. Everyone thinks they look exactly alike. But Mocha's left-handed, her sister's right-handed. All that kind of stuff. Reaper says the world would end. This is true. No two Burpee Reapers can stand in the same spot at the same time, or there would be some type of cosmic implosion. The universe would just right before our eyes. The time-space continuum would unravel. This is pretty serious business now. Reaper is playing with fire here. I don't know if he realizes he's putting the entire universe in jeopardy. Jay said they would compete for sure. How would that work? Who would win a burpee off between Burpee Reaper and Burpee Reaper? It would infinite reps. It would keep going on. No one would give up. We would come back a year later and he'd still be doing burpees. Dottie's here. Dottie, how are you? T is here. Is Eric Lepay or Burpee Reaper being naughty? Of course they are. Reaper says, Jace, the battle would never end. Jacob says, hey to Sister T. Cuban Crisis said, did anyone here send me a friend request on Discord? I see someone did, and I'm trying to figure out who it is. Not me. I don't have Discord, although Nightwatcher made me a Discord account. I don't know what Discord is or how to use it, so I thanked him, but didn't really do anything with it. Burpee Reaper is trying to act all innocent. Not me. I didn't do anything. Hey, Eric Lapointe. Always devious. Always has a plan. Always a good plan. Maybe I get a high five from her sister until everybody finally did it. Except her sister would go to do it with her right hand. It would just be natural for her. And those with a discerning eye would see the difference and it would call me out for a fraud. They'd be like, man, he lied about getting a high five from Mocha. What else has he lied? Is he really a yogi? Does he really wear glasses? Is he really bald? My entire life would be thrown into question. Daddy says, I'm good, thanks, Eric. Been busy, so I've been too tired to call in. I see you making progress, though. As I mentioned on your video, I have 100% faith that Daddy's going to be finished by the end of August. Daddy, by the way, is at 229 subscribers. I hope everyone is subscribed to Daddy. T says, Burpee just because you want a high five from Mocha's sister. Reaper says, let's get Mocha's sisters on. She is, they're a little alike, but there are some stark differences. I like her, and I like her a lot, but it took her a while to warm up to me. I liked her right from the start, but she was a little tentative, which, you know, people should be. If you're your sister, someone in your family, someone new, didn't know where I was coming from. But as always, much like each and every one of you, I won her over. T says, right, high five is more natural than a left hand. For me, but only one person getting a high five in this chat. Who is that going to be? Who's going to get the high five? Jace says, Daddy saw the biker tribute touching. Absolutely, Jace. I watched that as well. T says, Daddy, love your lives. Daddy says, thanks, Jace. It was a lovely funeral. Jace says, Eric, I'm somehow on 525 now. It's crazy. Crazy and well-deserved. Hey, Jace, keep me posted on your watch hours. I keep putting them in for you every day. You put up your watch list or your playlist, and I go through it. Cuban Crisis says, you guys have interesting channels. Yeah, you know what? Everyone here does something interesting. Honestly, with the exception, and I don't mean this, I'm not being not false modesty, except for me. I just sit here and talk. I am always surprised when even one or two people show up on my live streams, let alone people coming back. Although I had a lot of fun with Mr. Poopinator last night. Although thank you to the Burpee Reaper, I stayed up well past my bedtime. T says, Daddy, sending thoughts and respect for your loss. Thank you for that, T. T meant she meant to say videos. Says she's in the hospital to stress, so got a bit muddled. Understandable. Jace will be right back. He's going to check in his watch hours. Either way, I'm going to keep bringing them up. Dottie says, Van, I'm able to drive for a week, mechanical job. I saw you mentioned also you had a carpenter coming in. Jay says, Daddy, do you have a mechanic? T says, Daddy, little tip. You know, you said about windows, and you were going to take one out and worried it would T-seal. If your windows have a ring in the seal, It's an emergency feature to escape. Well, Cuban Crisis says 2 years ago, I was 450 pounds. I had a super severe Pepsi addiction. The weight literally imploded. I'm now 192. Say no to soda. Your channel is solid. I actually look forward to tuning in. Thank you for that, Cuban Crisis. And that's absolutely amazing. 2 years. Our friend Joe Delaney was 535 pounds. Absolutely amazing. What a man! I'd love to hear more about your journey. Diet, exercise, all of it. Our friend William is here. Says Yogi, hey buddy, William, how are you tonight? T says the whole window comes out, Dottie. 415 watch hours now. Here's the good thing. A lot of people don't start worrying about watch hours until they get their 1K. But man, I think watch hours are harder to come by, to be honest with you. So keep adding on those subscribers and keep putting out the wonderful, of course you got to keep putting out the wonderful content that you do. Those live streams go a long way to getting watch hours. And also, don't hesitate to ask your friends to put you up on another device and give you some watch hours. I'm always happy to do it. I've been doing it to for our friend Amy McFarlane as well. Smitty, quite a few people actually. I get to Eric Lapointe as well. William Downey is here. William, are you still in the rocking chair? Eric Lapointe, thumbs up. Cuban, incredible. Absolutely incredible. I don't know if you guys heard me say that or if anyone new has come in. Cuban Crisis says 2 years ago, he was 450 pounds. He had a super severe Pepsi addiction. The weight literally imploded. He's now at 192. Say no to soda. Absolutely. I haven't had a soda. Last time I had soda, it had rum in it, and that was somewhere in the 90s. Rob says he's doing well. Jay says, Cuban, that's some achievement. Yeah, it absolutely is. Donnie says, yes, Carpenter is put back to the end of August now because of Idler pulley bearing, which won't be cheap. It won't be cheap. By the way, check out Dottie's channel because she has a PayPal account. If anyone would like to pitch in, I know Dottie would never ask, but this is a heart project for Dottie. She's putting everything into it. She's getting this van ready. She's going to embark on a grand adventure. She's documenting it, and it's not easy documenting it because she was literally almost chased off of YouTube. And she had the courage to say, nope, I'm not going to do it. This is her second channel, actually. She refused to back away again. So just putting that out there. If anyone would like to help along the journey. Oh, actually, it's not PayPal. It's Buy Me Coffee. So if anyone literally would like to buy her a cup of coffee. My mistake. I was saying PayPal, but it's Buy Me Coffee. Cuban says, I had got gastric bypass in Tijuana. I was a wreck. It was that or die. Our friend here, Siegfried, had gastric bypass as well. He was also, I believe, I don't know if he got to 400. Man, I cannot believe that. It's so hard to think about that and making that kind of a change. Hey, Cuban Crisis, how tall are you? 192 sounds like a good weight. William says, Cuban, that's crazy good for you. I bet your heart thanks you. Oh, yeah, absolutely. His heart, his mind, his spirit for sure. Jay says, let's see. I do have you and a few others running my playlist. Thanks, Eric. You're welcome. And I'm going to keep it up. We will get you there in no time at all. Daddy says I'll just plod on with the inside of the van. Every little thing adds up. Definitely. It's all part of the journey. T says I've not been weighed since my one Magnum Lolly a day. I lasted 6 days, but I've been told I've lost weight in my face. I'll be weighed on the weekend. Let us know where it is, T. We get some laughing emojis from William Downey. Cuban Crisis says that's another reason why I deleted my videos from YouTube. I looked insane. But you know what? What a great opportunity to show a contrast of where you were and where you are now. Giving a lot of people hope. That's what Jo Delaney does with her channel. The heaviest I've ever been was about 220 pounds. Purposely bulking up for powerlifting. It backfired spectacularly. I did get the bench that I wanted, but I was never a strong bench presser. So in order for me to bench over 300 pounds, I had to bulk up to 220. And I realized I was still a mediocre powerlifter. What would be the sense of just putting on more weight to be mediocre? Jeopardize my health. I like to tell people at 220, I look really, really good in a sweatshirt. It just wasn't worth it. You know, and I was pretty young, late 20s. So to sim down, I stayed at about 170 for a long time. Eric Point says, hi, I'm missing Daddy's lives. I'll have to look on the replay. Doesn't do lives. You did a premiere not long ago, though. He says, Zaddy, bummer you had the fourth bearing one. Human Crisis says, thank you, guys. Man, we got to salute the person who put the work in, that's for sure. Daddy says, yes, and that to Bumble. Jacob says, I try to catch everyone and help them out. Man, Jacob is everywhere, and he certainly does help everyone out. He goes right to work. And not just for everyone, not just for me, for everyone. Everyone here who has, is putting out content, he's dropping links. William Downey says, Jacob, thanks. Definitely thanks. Jay says he must sleep now. Beers and sun got me. See y'all in sleep time. We'll see you in the morning, Jace. William says, Reaper says, should I go to get to 220 and restart? Man, that's a lot of weight. William says, hey, Yogi, what's up, William? Oh, are you just saying hi to everyone? Cuban Crisis says 6'2". Want to get to 170. 6'2" and 190. You said 192? That's not a bad weight. 170, you'd be lean. That would be good. You definitely, as William said, your heart would definitely thank you. Rose Downey says, kicked off YouTube. Why? Are you talking about Cuban Crisis? I think he said he took them off. T says, Zadi, it's a great channel. And love the creativity, especially with the copper ripple for the shade. I love how Dottie finds the odd objects and finds a way to use them, even if it's just for decorative purposes. Dottie says, "Oh, not kicked off. William, I was bullied by a guy I brought the van from." And that again, Dottie being bullied. And how can you bully someone who is kind and sweet as Dottie? Um, and yet they attempted to. And it was close. And Dottie made up her mind. Nope, not going to run. Put too much effort into the channel. I have a dream I want to accomplish. I got friends. For all the many, many reasons why I love Dottie, the refusal to back away stands right at the top. Cuban Crisis says, I'll send a pic on Facebook. I'm looking at it now. Wow. Definitely big, and you look uncomfortable. Hey, I'd be interested in hearing your contrast, just how you feel now compared to then. All right, guys, I'm going to do my best to catch up. Eric Point says he started at 240, Reaper. I wouldn't recommend it. It's fun getting there, though. What are you weighing now, Eric? T says, Yogi, I've had an eating disorder. Lost half my weight in 24 months by change of diet, but went too far. I did get told that my weight at a figure could set off a restricted eating. I'm not sharing how. Man, weight is in either direction. It's just such a hard journey. Roy says, are you allowed to run criminal backgrounds at requests? I want to see if I have anything. William Downey might know the answer to that. Dottie says she will do a live for the van tour. Looking forward to that. William says, that's awesome, Dottie. I will definitely be there. Me as well. William Downey says no. Isn't there like an online thing that will let you know, like maybe not deep stuff, but on the surface type stuff? William Hart says, hello to the Reaper. T says, I won't share how online, but I was a size 28-30, went to size 14-16 in less than 24 months. I was very sick and put measures in place to avoid restrictive eating and my eating disorder. Wow. I was in the 190s for a long time when I was practicing judo. And I got destroyed by my coach who weighed 132 pounds. He wanted me to do a tournament. This was in September. He wanted me to do a tournament. It was I think it was the Bell Cup in Philadelphia, which is a fairly prestigious tournament, and thought I would do better weighing 151 pounds. So from September to February, I went down to 151 pounds. And this was in my drinking days, and I made all kinds of dietary changes. I upped my cardio. I did hill sprints, practiced judo twice a day. I lifted weights, but I did not quit drinking. I did switch to gin and tonic. I didn't drink as much beer. I drank gin and tonic. Amazing how we will cling to our addictions at whatever cost. T says, Daddy, I'd love to be your live. Love to be at your live. Reaper says, William, he's doing good. How are you feeling? William says, worth a shot. Thank you for answering. Is there anything that you could recall that you would have reason to think that that might be the case? Hugh says, I took them off and YouTube deleted videos. Man, you seem like you're in a totally different place right now. Not just, body-wise, but emotional-wise. Reaper says the most I weighed was 234. Wow. That's pretty heavy. Hey, Reaper, how tall are you? You're 6 foot, right? Dr. Point says, okay, Reaper, you know. Morph says, Lewis, I'm probably pretty low space. I'm out of options, though. Have I missed, I think I feel like I've missed some comments. I apologize if I have. I'm going here towards the bottom. $180 is the goal, and 230, 203 this morning. Gained 3 pounds. I would like to think it's muscle. Could be 203, man. That's a good weight. I'd like to be 180. 180 is the goal. No reason to see why you wouldn't get there. 180 is a good solid weight. T says she got out of her restrictive eating without professional support. There was no support, as I was denied again. Sorry for that, but well done for you to do that on your own. Cuban Crisis says, I was passing out, and while driving, I couldn't walk far or stand for long. It was hell. I really thought I was going to die. I got cellulite in my legs and feet. The surgery changed that ASAP. Well, William Hart says, the most I weighed was 250. Wow, I was 18 and cut soda and sugar, dropped to 190 and enlisted. Since then, I have struggled a lot with processing childhood triggers and depression. What are you weighing at now, William? Reaper says, sorry to hear that. William, I am as well. Cuban Crisis says, breathing hard and looking crazy. I bet. See, William says, yes, I did. I'm in the U.S. and to my knowledge have nothing, but you never know until you do. And I have a lot of dishonest people in my life. Reaper says, my wife tells me that food is always on the table when hanging out with me. Reaper has made no secret that he loves to eat. Lets people know right off the bat. Guys, don't expect Mr. 5 Pump to stay around all year long. It ain't going to happen. William says, thank you for your information, T. I appreciate it. Cuba Crisis says, I went back to train MMA and lasted a month. It was embarrassing. Hey, Cuban, have you had your health metrics checked with the weight loss? So, your blood pressure and cholesterol and all that stuff, resting heart rate. T says, to Cuban Crisis hugs. I often pass out with my eating disorder. I try hard to be kind to myself. Reaper says, keep grinding, Cuban Crisis. Definitely. 2 thumbs up from Eric Lapointe to Cuban. Cuban Crisis says, well, and thank you guys. It's what we're here for. All of us here have some kind of story. Everyone's worked through something. Some of us have shared it, some haven't, but we all know that we have. He says, William Hart, I suggest contacting your police force and ask how you request the info and be specific. Let's see, Reaper says, the point, I bet you can outgrow Mr. Williams. Man, that's a big challenge. I don't know if I would have put that on the table. Challenge someone's grilling skills? That might start a war. People might talk about the great grilling war of 2024 that happened on Just Yogi Doing Burpees channel. Reaper is 6 foot. Yeah, I thought that was about how tall you are. I'm 5'9", but I'm 6'1" on YouTube. Sorry guys, I fell behind. I'm going to catch up. Cuban Crisis says, financially is where I lack, but I have my health. I'm thankful. Awesome. Yep. Financially, you can make those changes, but health, once it goes, it is hard to get back. Not impossible. We can do it for sure. Just got to be mindful. I'm struggling a bit financially myself. No, I'm not struggling. I'm dealing with my own issues. William says, Yogi, I wish I could delve into it with more than just a few words. It's like an hour-long conversation, and I always end up losing people in the end. I'm told it's a matter of mind. Hey, anytime you want to talk on Facebook or something, just let me know. Reaper says, oh, Eric is falling behind. I am falling behind. Daddy says, my daughter was just reached a 9 stone weight loss. It took 18 months. Start weight was 24 stone. She is now hoping to lose another 3 stones. Good for your daughter. That's excellent. Doris says, almost feel psychopathic to switch meaning and feeling like it weren't. Oh, I lost that stream. T says, burpees and some other people got nice bods. Not saying which ones. I think she's just trying not to hurt my feelings. Leo said so says, let's go, baby. Much love, Yogi. Hope you're doing great, brother. I am, Leo. How are you? How are you feeling, Leo? Whoever says, hey, Leo, great 50 set you dropped today. Well done, sir. T says, hey to Leo. Cuban Crisis says, I have a chronic acute torn bicep in my right arm from 2006 when I stopped training BJJ. The only thing I think that will fix it is stem cell. No surgery. Nope. I got to take my herbal. Eric Lapointe trained Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well. I trained mostly judo with just a little bit of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I did compete in the very first, I believe it was 1994, 95, the very first DC, Virginia Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament. I didn't compete as a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, but as a judo practitioner. Did okay. Not great, but okay. All right, I'm skipping all the way down to the bottom, guys. See what I've missed. Leo says, feeling like a beast. Still kind of weak, honestly, but that means nothing. Let's get this work. T's going to sort out her herbals. Reaper wants to know if Leo's going on now. Danny says, I won the Polish Mega Millions. If I won. Or I got a... I get $1 a year for 1,000,000 years. That's awesome. $1 a year. You gonna share that with your family? Let's see. Dottie says, right guys, I'm off to bed now. I'll catch you all tomorrow at Eric's Live. Thank you, Dottie. Take care. Take care as well, my friend. Reaper says he's sensitive. He's had a dehydration headache for 2 days, but they don't want to help here. Heat intolerant. But all the morning about heat. Man, I hope that heat wave passes. I've heard several people in the UK talk about how miserable it's been. T says, Yogi, I was 5'6" when I started, when I stand and sit in my wheelchair, but I hope I'm tall again. Getting a lift when men haven't washed their meat and 2 veg is grim. When you heard in the height, I didn't get that last part. Reaper says, Leo acting like you don't see me. Eric Point says, I do own 2 grills and a smoker. Do you own a green egg? Leo says, dang T, try to stay as cool as you can and hydrate for sure. Stay strong. Absolutely. Cuban Crisis says, yes, the thing I was told the doctor said my skin tone is lighter and darker in some places and that I should take the proper vitamins and lay in the sun if I want to fix that. Nice. Yeah, I think you told me that you were about 130 at one time. He'll get more toned. Whenever be convinced to go near where I was again. My peace of mind is more valuable. Absolutely. Agreed. All right. Back to the bottom. Cuban Crisis says I sent you 2 more pics. Let me check them out real quick. Yeah, you can see that you don't look happy. You're not in the right spot. Man, I'm glad you made those changes. T says, Yogi, it's got to be 7 degrees hotter in the ward than outside. That's incredible. Danny said, no burps, going to restaurant. Gonna meet some of my wife's clients. Yep, he said he was gonna go to, what did you say it was, the Lodge? And get a prime rib? Reaper says, show them the burpees, Williams. T says, man, I'm all over the place. What did I lose? Man, you guys are going to town here. T says, Yogi, meat and 2 veg as a men's private. I meant head height. I did get that part. T says, I'm trying to get salt, sugar, and water in a jug tomorrow. So let me know what I miss. I apologize. Yep, going to the Lodge, says William Downey. William Downey says, we're out of control, Yogi. You are. I think you guys are doing it on purpose. Instigated by the Burpee Reaper. He likes to act all innocent. Cuba Crisis is laughing out loud. Reaper says it's hot, so they're hanging guys. When it's cold, they pucker up. So now we have just gotten Biology 101 from our friend Reaper. Everything you need to know. That guy burps. Runner Boy says it's absolutely blasting with heat this week. Yeah, and it's got to be tougher for you guys because most places, or many places, I've been told in the UK, don't have air conditioning. Reaper says, Yogi, what are you saying? Which part? About the live stream going crazy and not being able to keep up? Runner Boy says, yes, no aircon. Yeah, and it's in the mid 90s, right? Hey Reaper, did you get my did you copy down my email address from last night? T says Reaper not perk up, they shrivel up. I don't know. I think we should all speak to ourselves in these matters. For some people it might pucker, for some it might shrivel. Cuban Crisis says it's so hot here. I live near the Keys. My office in the garage and super hot. Milka was stationed in the Keys early to mid 90s. She was in the Air Force. William Downey says, I love burps like a son. Man, everyone here could be like a son to me, with the exception of William Downey. He'd be more like a younger brother. Rick Point says, T, that's how we wash. They're ours and can wash them as fast and as long as we want. They're ours and we can wash them as fast and as long as we want. The problem with falling behind is I come to comments like that. And when they don't have quite the context, they just smack you right in the head. Reaper says, oh yes, T. T knows. I just didn't want to say it. Runner Boy says, and the breeze is warm as well. Yeah, that sucks. Not even having a cool breeze. Worm says, I know the garage heat filling, Cuban. All too well. Yep, this is where Williams' gym is, in the garage in Phoenix. Had some 117-degree days there. He's enjoying the coolness of the White Mountains right now. Cuban Crisis says, William Downey is like the hot breath of Satan. Reaper says, you two are cousins. He says, 95 places don't have aircon. If you find aircon, you stand there and enjoy it. Yeah, I bet. You would think they would have done the hospitals and places like that. Rome says, Cuban, yes, sir. T says, Yogi, I'm cracking up here with you reading LP comments, Eric LP comments. It's funny because I missed so many. And why did that one in particular have to leap out at me to catch? Like this, Burpee Reaper, teabagging. I could have skipped all these other comments, but that one catches my eye and I have to read it out loud. You guys have it in for me tonight. T says, no cold breeze yet. We are a damned island. Cuban Crisis says, 117, my God. Of course, in Florida, it's pretty humid as well. Same with our friend Barb and Wolf in Louisiana. I have not seen Wolf in a while. Hope everything is okay with those guys. Downey says, that's what makes it funny and real. T says, some hospital wards are not adopted for disability, especially, that doesn't make sense at all. Toilet can get your wheels in, but it can't close the door, and it depends if you are a voyeur. Or you find another toilet. Man, I'm just surprised. Modern hospitals, especially in a UK, a developed nation. No, Reaper, don't explain teabagging. Some things are definitely left off better to the imagination. Reaper passes it off to William Downey. Eric Lapointe has a laughing emoji. I think that means Eric Lapointe stepped forward to explain it to T. Reaper says Lapointe looks like he knows too. T says, Burpee, can you demonstrate it in your channel, please? Hey, why not? Reaper? If you want to get the Mr. 2K, that's the way to do it. All you need is someone to demonstrate it with. Maybe our good friend Eric Lapointe can step up and lend a helping face. I got to change the subject, as I am officially a monetized channel. Reaper says I'll get kicked off, T. Yeah, that would do it. I don't even think you could put a warning on it. William Downey says, hold on, I'm going to go live and help have Burp's wife explain it. Cuban Crisis says, I was told surgically it can't be fixed. An implant is all. The stem cell could possibly work. Wow, that's pretty serious. T says, Reaper, I don't know what it is. I think it's enough to know Reaper and Burpee and William Lapointe are laughing their heads off right now. That's enough. That's enough to know. Eric Point says William doesn't teabag. Man, you guys are killing me. Remember, guys, I'm a monetized channel. Cuba Crisis says he's laughing out loud. Bumblebee Bumblebee T, Google it and be prepared. That is the best way to do it. Google it and be prepared. Grim Heart says I am back. My bad. Some drama still with Little Mia. Reaper says make sure it's rated XT. Everyone says I'm going to go. Well, I still got my decency. Man, well, you still have your decency? Why do I have the feeling that that left in 1989? Let's see. T says, sorry, guys. I was playing Sweet and Innocent. I know what it is. Reaper started it. We all blame Reaper, don't we? He's the easy target. I happen to know that Reaper is the most innocent of us all. His heart is as pure as the driven snow. Reaper says William's going to go home with some new ideas for his wife. Eric Point is laughing at T. Room Downey says, I love you, Yogi. Thank you, my friend. Hey, enjoy your dinner. Enjoy dinner at the lodge and enjoy the prime rib if that's what you get. T is saying Reaper naughty. He says that F and burpee. Reaper says, love you, Mr. Williams. Mocha has sent me a video of a deer eating an onion bagel in my backyard. That might be the one video to break the internet. So stay tuned, guys. You will be seeing that on a YouTube short. Eric LaPointe says, Mocha's here. Everyone act normal. Man, you guys are not good enough actors to act normal. If they were giving out Academy Awards, you guys would not be able to act normal. And Mocha would see right through you because Mocha has never acted normal in her entire life. Mocha says, how are you doing today, Mocha? That's what I said. You see that? Mocha says normal. Huh. Reaper says, quick, Mocha's here. Everyone has a handout. Who's going to get the high five today? No one. T says, Sergeant Mocha, hiya. Burpee Reaper needs to be put on the naughty step. Can you as your sergeant? That could be the name of a channel. This is the last time it's going to come up. And then I'm going to change it completely. The Burpee Teabagger. Teabag and Burpees. There's the channel idea. Warm Heart says, got to give him that Lipton. Man, everyone's in on the game now. Mr. Dredson's here. Dredson, how are you? Mocha says she is half blind due to eyes dilated from eye appointment. Yep, I mentioned that you went for your glasses. Reaper says teabag and burpees. So that's all it took. Now he's going to take it and run with it. Warm Heart says, I mean, a rocking chair is roughly a half rep teabagging. Well played, William Hart. Well played. Reaper says, well, that is correct. Man, we have given this way too much thought. T says, Burpee Reaper, teabagging king. Mocha says, and Mocha dives right into the mix. No running while teabagging. But you can do all the burpees you want when you're teabagging. No running. Reaper says, all right, teabagging on the table. T says, Mocha, if your sight's bad today, just stick him on the naughty step. He's a bad boy. Eric Point says, I'm laughing so hard right now. I'm crying out here. What started out as an innocent conversation about teabagging has now devolved into this. What's it coming to when friends can't get together and have a decent conversation about teabagging without it being all taken out of context? Mocha says, I can put him on the angry chair. The teabagging chair. And I can't believe our young friend, William Hart, our young innocent friend, William Hart, dove right in. Dove right in with rocking chair teabagging burpees. Which I must say was pretty clever. T says, singing the Hokey Pokey song, you put the teabag in. Mr. MF Dredson says, drinking tea this morning, finished the cup and turned it up. Then the tea bag fell and hit me in the mouth. I thought, damn, I guess that's why they call it teabagging. Synchronistic. And from that event led you to this conversation. Reaper says, Dredson is in on the action. Man, I'm going to have to change the title of my channel. Just a Yogi teabagging in his basement? If I had done that at the beginning, who knows where my channel would be at this time? T says, it is teabagging called PG Tips. T says, Yogi talking teabagging. I'm going to have to turn in my Yogi card. The Yogi forum is going to call up and say, we've got some bad news for you. Although, I'd have to look it up. There might be an ancient Yogi teabagging technique. They do some pretty weird stuff. I could use my yogic power. Descending testicles and then pull them straight back up. All through the power of my mind. Now we're getting out of control. Let's see. Mocha says just a Yogi teabagging burpees in his office. Now we're talking. It's in the pages that are set together. Another well played MF Dredson. Eric Point says your channel would be huge, Yogi. Well, I don't like to brag. It would be pretty huge. Like I said, I don't like to brag. William Downey says, I'm out, guys. Man, I'm surprised William Downey hung in this long. T says, Yogi, please research the movements. They got downward dog. I'm talking about more subtle, using the subtle power of yoga. We get a salute to William Downey. CDP says, never forget to stop for a moment each day and look within and remember the things that you're thankful for. I'm thankful you're all here. Stay healthy in mind, body, everyone. Thank you, our friend CDP, who is on a mission to spread love, drop insights, and just make the world a better place. And he certainly does, because he brightens my day every time he steps by. T's laughing with Mocha. William Downey says shower and then it's a brute night. Uh-oh. We all know what that means. Wasn't the old commercial because a man likes to feel like a man? Get a thumbs up for CDP. MF Dresden says, thanks for the belly laughs fam. Absolutely. T says, William Brute 33, aftershave. That's the stuff. Back in my day, it was high karate. Probably no one remembers that. Milka might remember the commercials. William says, good night, guys. Until tomorrow, enjoy your dinner, William. MF Dredson says, I got to make some moves. I'm going to have to take off 2, I believe. T says, MF Dread, I've gurgled so hard too. I sure needed to laugh. I'm glad we could take care of that, T. We got some laughing emojis from Will Downey. A salute to MF. T says, William, my dad in the 70s loved that. My dad was an Old Spice guy. I like Old Spice too. It's classic. You really can't go wrong with Old Spice. All right, guys. I had made a vow to myself that I was going to end the live stream by 6:15 at the latest. And once again, Eric the Point, where's Brute? Well, yeah. Brute for a lumberjack makes perfect sense. Although Old Spice would make sense for a lumberjack too. I honestly thought that maybe you would just sort of rub a pine cone behind your ears. We get some laugh emojis. And Reaper says, Mocha, it's a gallon $1. I think it's even cheaper if you buy it in bulk, if you buy more than a gallon. T says, Yogi, it's great live, and I feel better for it. Awesome. That's what we're here for. Reaper says, great live. The last 2 nights have been a whole lot of fun. We had our fun with Mr. Poopinator last night. William Hart says, damn, I caught it was Old Spice as soon as it said Brute. Yep, Old Spice, classic. Eric the Point says, another great live. Thank you, Eric. So, man, no really big insights were covered. No yogic secrets were revealed. No great mystical traditions talked about. But we did have a whole lot of fun talking about the one word I'm not going to say again. I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to say it. We know what that word is. So it was a lot of fun. And in the end, that's as important as anything else that we do. If we made our friend Bumblebee T laugh and relax and have some fun, it was well worth everything. William says I didn't really engage much. My apologies. That's okay, William. I hope to see you tomorrow. Hey, send a message again if you're interested in learning the metta meditation, love and kindness meditation. T says, sorry, I had to call staff, so a few minutes break. That's okay. I'm going to call it a night. I'm wrapping things up. I will see everyone. I'll see everyone tomorrow. Rowan says, I definitely am. All right, we can do it tomorrow. Let me know a good time in between the live streams, and we'll do it. It's easy to learn. Becomes a whole lot of fun to practice because you literally day by day you feel those changes taking place. You just become more at peace, you become more compassionate, more empathetic. Even if you start out that way, you just become more so. T says, boy, you're one of the Yogi in his basement's family. Absolutely. Absolutely. T says, good night. Oh, thank you. Definitely thank you guys. It was a lot of fun. If you're around tomorrow, come on back. We will talk about something different. I promise you. I hope. Guys, take care.